Spinner baits, baby. These are like one of my all-time favorite baits to fish. To some, the spinner bait might be the oldest trick in the book, and to others, they do not like spinner baits because they think they don't catch fish. So I want to change your mind today. If you're one of those people, or if you love spinner baits, I'm going to help point you in the right direction to catch more fish. So as you can see here, there are 3 different spinner baits in front of me. Now they look pretty similar, but believe it or not, they are different, and they are meant to be used either in different points in the year or in just different scenarios. So we're gonna explain those to you starting right now with this guy. This right here is a Colorado Blade spinner bait. So as you guys can see right here, it's pretty naked. We have a skirt and 1 blade on here. If you guys are looking to identify a Colorado Blade spinner bait, just look at the blade right here. It's going to be more circular. Now there are reasons why this blade is circular. We'll get to them in a second, but this is going to be what I like to call like a specific scenario spinner bait. The Colorado Blade is gonna be best used in tough fishing conditions, as well as early on in the spring and late in the fall. The Colorado Blade is meant to slow down the spinnerbait as well as give it a thumping action and more vibration. This is really important because it's going to be used in those scenarios where, you know, that water is really murky or muddy and those fish can't quite see that bait. You know, they're kind of sensing more than they're seeing, as well as slowing the bait down when it comes to like fishing in the spring. Those fish are kind of making their way out of winter. They're still kind of lethargic, but they are feeding. So quick recap, Colorado Blade spinnerbait, the blade is round, it slows down the bait, has more of a thumping action, and it's going to be used in those cold water, tough fishing conditions. The next spinnerbait that I have here in front of me is a Willow Blade spinnerbait. Most of you guys probably see this one more often. It might be your go-to. Now, this is a very popular bait that catches a lot of fish, but this is going to be one that you guys are going to use in those warmer water scenarios, you know, in the summertime and when you're looking to cover a lot of water. Unlike the Colorado Blade, the Willow Blade cuts a lot more water and moves a lot faster. So this is going to be a spinnerbait that you're going to use to just really fire up those bass around those grass lines, and just most of the time in the summer. You're going to imitate a lot more bait fish with this guy. As you guys can see, unlike the other spinnerbait, we have a few blades on here, we have some beads, and I even have it tipped with a paddle tail swim bait. Now I'll talk to you guys more about trailers and things like that towards the end of this video, but this is one that you're probably seeing more often, but this is going to be a spinnerbait that you're going to want to use in those warmer water conditions. And then we have this guy right here. I like to call this a hybrid spinnerbait. As you guys can see here, it has a Willow Blade that's a little bit thicker, but it also has a mini little Colorado Blade. So you kind of got the best of both worlds with this spinnerbait right here. Not too different from the Willow Blade right here, but since you have a Colorado and a Willow Blade that's a little bit thicker, you know, you're gonna have a little more thumping action, and this is gonna be a great spinnerbait for when you guys are just tossing along those logs, trying to hit a little bit of cover with a spinnerbait. So, like I said, best of both worlds, nothing too crazy different, but another go-to if you guys are looking to get into fishing spinnerbaits. So, the last thing that I wanna talk to you guys about is trailers. Trailers are super important when it comes to fishing spinnerbaits. You got 2 options pretty much. You can fish a trailer on there, like right here, I have a Biospawn Exo Swim. This is my favorite go-to paddle tail swim bait when I am fishing a spinnerbait. You can fish that guy on there. It's going to beef up your presentation. It's gonna add a little more action. It will fire those bass up. But if you guys are not gonna fish a trailer on there, then I recommend you fish a trailer hook. Oftentimes, it's hard for bass to get a hold of that spinnerbait because it's always on the move. And if you just want a better hookup ratio, don't sleep on it. Get a trailer hook on there. You can buy a pack of them at the store. All you do is you slip that hook through that little piece of rubber and you got yourself just a little hook. Oftentimes, you know, when that bass comes and eats a spinnerbait, they'll pull away from it, or when you go to set the hook, it might not have it in there. So having that extra hook on the back is really going to benefit you when it comes to hookup ratio. So there you guys go. There's a quick crash course on spinnerbait fishing. Once I got hip to knowing how to use these in the right scenarios, I caught a lot more fish and had a lot of fun fishing spinnerbait. So I hope this video helps you guys out. If you got any questions, leave a comment down below. Other than that, if you guys are just looking to get into bass fishing or learn more about bass fishing, feel free to hit that subscribe button. We have tons of videos here on this channel to teach you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode, and I'll see you next time.